Welcome to the Nuff Said Podcast, episode 24.
Hey!
I wonder if Jack Bauer's in this one. I am the roundbound of Rob Southgate, and with me is...
Joyous Jack Wendrowski.
Oh, joyous Jack.
Hey.
I like that one. That's so sweet, Jack. Were you getting feels because of Sky and Ward, so that's why you went with joyous?
Yeah.
Okay, so this episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're talking S.H.I.E.L.D. tonight, is the only light in the darkness. And, so this episode is about darkness. This is about Blackout, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Now, do you know this character at all? Are you familiar with Blackout?
Just a little bit, but...
mainly because you saw him on the show?
Mainly because I saw it on the show, and it's a name I recognize, but I'd have to go to Wiki to fill in all the blanks.
Yeah, right. Well, I think this actually did an excellent job of introducing the character, showing you what his powers were. I'm a little disappointed that they went all Ghostbusters on him and crossed the streams and blew him up. I thought that would be an interesting character to have around. Now, that doesn't mean he's gone. This is Marvel.
Right.
He could have blown up real good, and next week, Graviton, put him back together, and now we have to deal with him again. So I don't know if that was really the end of Blackout. I'll be disappointed if it was, because I think that's kind of a cool character. I thought his powers were really cool.
They were, like you said, it was a little disappointing that they would have gotten rid of him so quickly, but the blast was pretty cool.
The blast was cool. Well, it was totally Ghostbusters. Because it was funny. First, they all had the light on him, and then he used his powers and got rid of him, and then Coulson came up behind and got him with the one light, and it seemed to kind of affect him, and then the next one got him from the other side, and the next one got him from the other side, and I'm tweeting out, "Don't cross the streams!" And which made no sense because it didn't work the first time. Now all of a sudden it worked. It was a little weird, but maybe they just had to be closer to him. Maybe that's what it was.
Well, that and getting him all three at the same time. And
weren't they doing that just before that?
No, it was really kind of like one or the other. And, this time they had it maybe focused and they moved in and maybe somebody did cross streams. Who knows?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I had fun with that. Now, let's kind of jump back here. What did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I was, really all the way through. I liked the way that they've kind of opened up the relationship. May, I've been kind of tired of that storyline, and finally, towards the end of the episode, I said, well, man. I really need to patch up things with May. And
right. Yeah, I'm glad they're moving past that, or at least they're going to.
Right.
Because she's not there now. He's going to get back. She's not there. The team's gone, as they said. He's not able to patch things up, so that'll hang around for a little bit longer. But this, thing of Coulson just being mad at her, that's gone.
Well, really the whole thing was that it wasn't what she did, but, the whole reasoning behind it. And it was one of my favorite quotes. I think I tweeted it. It said, if you want some orders to follow mine or find some other place to be. It was finally the ultimatum.
Yeah.
That May really needed to hear. You're not the boss here. I'm the boss, or get out.
Yeah.
And,
it did need to get to that point.
It did. It's like, and the next thing is, this Fitz and Simmons thing where, I thought we kind of got over the point where, they're just not going to be a couple. And all of a sudden, this whole thing is brewing. And just about any time that he's about ready to say, I really, really like you, he kind of backs off. Even Ward finally says, dude, you gotta go for it. You tell her now before it's too late.
Right.
And his only response was, where's Ward and what have you done with him?
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the lovey-dovey stuff for a second here. So before we get to the one that was actually really cool, I'm a little confused as to what's going on here. So if we go back to earlier in the season, Fitz was interested in Sky.
Right.
And now he seems to be interested in Simmons. And Simmons seems to be interested in Tippett or Triplet.
Triplet.
Or not. And I I guess I'm just not good at that. It's almost like there's like a little mini chick flick going on in the middle of my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm a little confused by it. And it was starting to happen with Skye and Ward, and they even had the cute name Skye Ward.
Oh,
yeah, isn't that cute? I read that on Instagram. That's where I get my feels. It's on Instagram. My feels. I'm a 46-year-old guy saying this stuff. So anyway, I like how that played out. So the Fitzsimmons thing, when he clammed up, and I'm like, is he liking her? Is he liking Skye, or is it just I don't know. I don't know. I mean, do you have a better beat on that stuff? Are you more emotionally intelligent than I am? Because I'm completely kind of like either not interested or I don't understand what's going on.
Yes, I'm so much more emotionally intelligent than you are.
You know what, Jack? Sadly, you might be.
Well, here's my take on it for what it's worth. I
Okay.
think they're playing the flirt game. And
wait, who's playing the flirt game? This is how much I'm not good at this.
Who? I mean, for real? No, Triplet and Simmons are
playing the flirt game.
They're playing the flirt game.
Are they actually?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anytime, she didn't insist that he come on the plane in the interest of the team. She had him come on because she likes him. There's definitely
How did I get married? Because I don't pick up on signals at all.
Well, dude, when you were dating Martha, you asked me to come along because you weren't even sure which girl you had asked out. I mean, I'm not going to call you.
It wasn't from looks. Wait a minute. Let me clarify. It wasn't because of looks. It was because I had seen her except one time months before, and we'd been talking on the phone for so long, I wanted to make sure it was the one that I thought it was that I'd been talking to.
That's true.
And she did the same thing. She brought her friend because she couldn't remember.
Yeah, but that just left me with the other girl who wasn't interested in anything.
Oh, no.
And on top of that, I think, was that the day that I had the stomach flu?
Yes. In fact, Jack, let me tell this part of the story.
Oh, this is a family show. You better not.
I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but we did go to, after we went to a movie, we stopped at Amy Joy Donuts.
Oh, I still remember that day.
They still remember you. In fact, I think they were condemned after you had stomach flu, I believe. We called it Jack's Donuts. In fact, to this day, we even told that to Molly, our daughter.
Oh, dude, people were staring at me when I left the bathroom.
Well, yeah, the only people that were left in there 25 minutes later. It was the greatest. That is a first date right there.
That is. So I'm not, let's say I'm questioning your emotional intelligence.
I would say question. And you know what? Yours is in question too. So we'll just leave it at that.
We are friends for a reason.
I would say that's true. So, okay. So I didn't realize that she was asking him on the bus because she liked him. I really didn't. I just thought she was asking him on the bus because they need a specialist. And because he's a lost soul. Maybe she was, nannying him or something, but I did not pick up on that.
That's not the kind of nanny that she wants to be.
I do know that there was I knew there was some flirting earlier, but I didn't, like in this one I didn't quite get it. And then I don't know, when did Fitz become interested in Simmons, or was I just misreading that too?
Well, I think that has been just like this underlying thing, like almost the entire series, because when the series started, it was like they wanted kind of something to happen and the sparks just didn't fly. It was like kind of a kissing your sister event. And then they seemed to kind of leave it at that. And then all of a sudden, she starts paying attention to other people. He's kind of flirting with Skye, and neither one really kind of acted, like there was an interest between the two of them. I don't even think Simmons is aware that Fitz has it for Skye. I don't even remember that, but definitely we are all aware that Fitz is very jealous of the attention suddenly that Simmons is putting on Triplet.
Yes, yes. Okay, I do get that. I do get that there's jealousy, but I thought he was interested in Sky, and then it seemed like they kind of dropped that storyline a little bit. But okay.
So
okay.
now
Well, I don't watch the show for any of that, but okay, I get it. I think I get it. So then Sky and Ward, yeah, that happened. They kissed, and now we know without any question, even though I said last week there was no question, but now there is no question. Ward is a super bad guy.
right, and now she completely knows. Ward took out like my favorite guy.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt was so great in that role. I was really disappointed.
I wanted him to be in like the next 10 episodes, and they killed him off. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, now that's a guy I want to see go to Tahiti.
Oh, absolutely. Except it would be like a deli in the Bronx.
That's so instead of it would have a corned beef that would be intravenously fed into him.
Well, yeah, in his memory,
alien corned beef. And it's being fed into Patton Oswalt, and he comes back.
And he would kept saying, that deli, it's a magical place.
Wait a minute. Are you quoting me again? Do you know, Jack, this is the last time I'm going to bring up the sandwich tonight. But after our big conversation about the sandwich week, oh, please, like you're not. But I was talking about the episode with Martha afterwards, and I told her about our thing about the sandwich. Same thing. She's just like, my gosh, it's like never ends about this sandwich. And I realized I think I have a little fixation on this sandwich. I think I do. It just sounded so good, and I'm hungry right now thinking about it. Okay, I'm done talking about the sandwich.
Okay, so back to the show. I'm looking at my notes here and getting back to Ward. When he tells the team that he put two in the back of the head of Garrett,
right.
Basically for shooting, for getting Sky shot and his part in that. And, I really think that's where Coulson, I bet alarms are going off.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah, okay, they didn't address that or do anything with it. They didn't even give you a clear indication that Coulson is suspecting anything with Ward.
Right.
But when he said that, there was just enough of a pause, or there was just enough that it was not a normal Coulson reaction.
Right.
And it totally made me think the same thing, like, oh, he's kind of on to Ward. But then he left Ward alone with Sky in there, so maybe he's not really on to Ward. I don't know, man.
I think it was enough. That's the great thing about acting is you're mimicking those real body signals, and they really did that.
Oh, they did. It was really excellent acting in this one.
And as soon as he said that, like even my own kind of lie radar kind of kicked off and goes, even if I hadn't seen the previous episode, I would know that he was lying.
Something was up. I know. That's exactly how I felt. Okay. So I want to talk about some acting that happened in the show of a character acting. This doesn't make sense, but I'm not talking about the actress. I'm talking about when Sky had to kiss Ward.
After she knew. Oh, yeah, and she was good at it.
She pulled it off. Now, granted, the actress knows, I'm just kissing, whatever. So, it's an easy one, I guess, for an actor to pull off. But I totally bought into it, like that she was flipping the script on him, that she actually kissed him. I was actually like going, oh no, don't do it. Oh, gross. This guy is Hydra. I thought it was really a great scene. So forget the whole confusion I have about Fitz and Simmons. This played out. This one I get.
So this one, it has to pretty much smack you in the head to go, hey, I think there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm back. I can read those things. Well, I loved how she put the penny back, because as soon as I saw him open that door and the penny fell, I knew that she was going to be behind him.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, oh, what a great little moment that she put in there.
that just in my head that promoted her to like level 4 almost immediately.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sky is full on shield. Well, and she even made a reference to Rising Tide.
Right.
And it was just like it wasn't a hint that maybe she's still got attachment to that. It was more like, yeah, okay, these are skills I got from Rising Tide, and I'm not doing it for Rising Tide. Stupid. Like it was like that kind of a reaction the way she said it.
Right.
I thought that was great. I think that for Chloe Bennett, that's the actress that plays Sky, I think that this was like Sky's episode.
It was. It really showed, what she is. She has risen to agent status, plus her hacking ability. She hacks into NSA within the hour.
Yeah.
Finds out everything. Of course, something comes.
That was a good one, too. And she's like, give me an hour to hack into NSA. That was crazy.
Of course, now the screen is coming up, and Patton Oswalt is about to see Ward walking out with the team, and Garrett Waite still alive.
Oh, and my heart sank when Ward closed that door. I'm like, no, not Patton Oswalt, no! Patton Oswalt. Yeah, oh, please, that was terrible.
Right.
Oh, and the way he died, too, how he was sitting, he was up on the grate, and the blood was, can you tell I'm tired? My, like, screwing up the words. The blood is pouring through the grate. Oh, my gosh.
I like how Sky just completely fell apart when she figured out that Ward is Hydra, and she's falling apart. Her world is falling apart. She sticks the penny back in the door, comes back out, finishes up, and they're going on the trip. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, you just need the coordinates so that we can decrypt the hard drive. Okay. Yeah. Great, Ward. Great plan. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, and it was like she already knew what was up with Ward.
Right.
And she hadn't given any of that away or anything. But when he's asking her to encrypt that hard drive, that she's just like, man, there's like not even a glimmer of doubt now. She knows exactly what this dude is about.
I wonder if it's going to be up to Sky to take Ward out completely.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, if he goes out of the picture,
he's not going anywhere for a while, though.
Right. Well, we know this chase. It'll probably be something that takes us into the next season in the finale. But
you think that he's going to fly off with her, and then it's not going to end with her back with the team?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be...
That's a lot of episodes. I mean, we've got 2 or 3 episodes left. That's a long time to have her separated from the team and stuck with Ward.
I don't know. They have to do something with it. He either has to get the objective and somehow not kill her. I don't think he really wants to kill her. But, he beat the lie detector test by saying, I came back for Sky. And the thing that his specific flashback wasn't of the love scenes that they had. The flashback was of him and Garrett saying, this is what you need to do. I don't care. Right. I don't care how you do it.
When he was using that trick, to beat a lie detector, hey kids, I'm going to spoil how to beat a lie detector according to things that I've read. You are supposed to put yourself in some kind of pain or something, like, or you can clench your butt. Yes. I don't know if you ever heard that one, but
I'm sure it works out well.
It causes these reactions that give false positives on lie detectors. So this is a pretty intense lie detector. That's why he had whatever it was that he had jammed in his thumb.
It was a nail.
It was causing him pain. I didn't see what it was.
I
looked away because I'm like, gross. What's that?
Well, it was a little piece of wire that he had jammed up under his thumbnail.
That's the worst.
Oh yeah, and this thing was about an inch long. So yeah. But even that was not good enough to finish.
No, I thought Patton was going to pull the trigger on him.
Yeah, he was ready. It wasn't good enough to find the 96 variables that this lie detector can find. So that's when he said, okay, here's the truth. I came for Sky. And the flashback, like I said, was do what you need to do. I don't care if you kill her. I don't care if you don't kill her. Get me that hard drive.
Right.
And
so he was being 100% truthful. I came back for Sky.
Right. And
that's how he beat it, by telling the truth.
Right. And so we're still kind of supposed to be slightly convinced that he cares one way or another. And I don't think he does anymore. I think he's back on the mission. I think, the longer that this
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. He doesn't care at all. This was all manipulation, and he is right back to
the
it.
thing is he could have killed her 3 or 4 times up until the fact that
but he doesn't want to. He's got that hard drive.
Well, now he's got the hard drive, but he didn't have that, before.
Yes, he did. He's the one that brought it onto the bus, and he said, "I brought this," and they went, "Oh my gosh, it's all of our files."
Right.
So he did have it.
Well, but not. He saved her life more than a couple times, and he did have feelings for her, but I don't really believe that they're enough to kind of keep her alive if push comes to shove anymore.
Yeah, it's funny. When he was having his little emotional scene with her, when he was after he had killed Patton Oswalt,
right?
They had the scene where the two of them are sitting there, and he's like saying that he loves her, or not even that. He was like exposing like that the kiss meant something, and she's like, "Hey, it was one kiss." First of all, I wrote down here, Ward is a bit of an emo teenage girl. Then I realized, he was playing her, but that's how he was playing her, which is a weird choice because that's not going to work necessarily on Skye. But then, as he was going on, all I could think of was Pee-wee. I'm a loner, Skye, a rebel. You don't want to get messed up with a guy like me.
You know what I thought?
Cracking me up.
That's awesome. I was thinking of Abbott and Costello. I'm a bad man.
Oh, I get that one. That's funny. Because that is what he was doing. I'm a bad man, Abbott.
I'm a bad man.
Oh, God. These impressions tonight are the worst.
I know. That's what makes them
worst.
So we've got, we've got Ward in just this awful story that we don't even know if it is true.
Right.
So if it is true, he does have a good streak. He just had a bad upbringing with a bully older brother and some abusive parents. So
he had to have a good streak at some point when he first got hooked up with S.H.I.E.L.D. He got misguided by being with Garrett, but I don't think that the good streak is there anymore. I think he's fully embracing, like, we're taking S.H.I.E.L.D. down, and in your eyes, I'm the bad guy.
Well, now is not the time.
Care?
Now isn't the time that you can have dual allegiance. Now is the time that you have to choose sides, and he's clearly chosen the other side.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think we're going to see him coming back. I don't think we're going to be done with Ward at the end of the season, though. I don't think they're going to kill him off or have him try to have redemption or anything. I think that this character is going to be hanging around for a while, especially since I doubt they're going to have Bill Paxton as much as they would need him as the big bad guy. That's at least my opinion.
I think Bill Paxton as Agent Garrett will be on and off. My prediction, and I'll go out.
I wish he was on a lot more than off. I love him.
Yeah, I do. He is great. Even on the being on the other side, I really wish he'd stayed and contributed as the character he started out to. But here's my prediction, and I will say,
do we need theme music for your prediction?
Da, 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 da.
Wow, worst themed music ever. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
So my prediction is Skye takes Ward out at the last possible minute. She has to decide, what to do before she empties out this hard drive and gives it to him. And of course, then they have everything that S.H.I.E.L.D. has. That will be the end of this season. She takes him out. Now, here's the problem I have with some of the writing and some of the things, what they've been doing here.
Do tell, Jack.
I was looking at a review online of when Hydra was taking over.
Okay.
And the Coulson's team was, at what was left of the helm. And they're saying, and Ward was the one that says, hey, Hydra is flooding the system. We're in real trouble here. We need to wipe everything. And, this is not a good Hydra agent tactic. For somebody that wants everything, he really took the entire defensive posture. Now, even at his best, he would do the things that really kind of to further his aim while seeming that, hey, we got to kind of batten down the hatches. So it was really Sky that said, hey, wait a minute, let me back this up. So he knew about the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
he if they had kind of paid attention to that, they would have remembered, wait a minute, Ward was the one that was protecting their info from Hydra. And Ward actually knew about it because Sky was the one that came up with the hard drive.
Right.
And so that was a little bit of conflict. When I saw the review, I'm like, oh, that was a little sloppy. But
Yeah.
so
that's a good one.
the next thing I have on the list is the Dark Force. And
use the Dark Force.
Use the Dark Force. You are my father. No, wait.
What is that? That is not any character from anything in Star Wars.
You are
my father.
You are my father. That was really bad. So
that was really bad.
So when they're
using more like Spock in Wrath of Khan.
Wow, that
always have been and will be.
That's right,
my friend.
That's an outside reference. So they're trying to zap Marcus and with the cosmic radiation. And did you catch what was it Fitz and Coulson was having that conversation? And he said, Coulson's put his girlfriend out there.
Yes.
Doesn't even know he's alive.
Yep.
And he's not excited about putting her in danger. Are these going to work? And well, they're gamma technology, and who invented that? Oh, Bruce Banner.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, that'll work great.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's stable.
Yeah, it worked great for Bruce, didn't it?
Yeah.
That
hasn't caused any havoc.
So that's when I thought they're not going to blow this guy up. They're going to, and he's going to come back as some sort of anti-Hulk.
Ooh.
So maybe he's blown up, but maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's, that whole.
Maybe Ray got him into the trap.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Right. What did you do, Ray? Okay. I got more.
All right.
I got more. We're almost at the end of this, and then I've got a Facebook post I got to read to you, but I've got more. May, we see her last in Canada with her mom.
Right, that was funny.
First thing I think, Alpha Flight. I think they've been dropping hints all season about Alpha Flight and the team that's up there in Canada.
Oh.
I really do. And the fact that why is she in Canada? Why were they in Canada last week? Like they keep ending up flirting with Canada. And there's a team of superheroes there. And they even mentioned the facility the superheroes are at in a past episode. So I was like, oh, they're going to have some kind of encounter with somebody who ends up in Alpha Flight or something like that with May in Canada. I could be wrong, but I am so hopeful. That would be awesome.
Well, maybe that's how the team gets out of the camp, except we see that Smulders comes in.
Yes.
For next week. And
yes, and she was referred to because she said, the mom said, I always liked Maria Hill.
Right.
Well, she just said Maria, but that's who she meant.
So why is May going after Maria Hill?
Because Maria Hill is probably one level higher than May, at least. I don't know. But she knows that she is probably the one that May was dealing with, and she needs to find out from her, did you know what was about to happen? Is Maria Hill part of this? She's sure she's not. But what's the truth with Fury? What is actually going on? She might have that relationship with Maria where she can find that stuff out.
Right. But does Maria know that Nick is still alive?
Yes. Because at the end of Captain America, wasn't she in the room when Cap showed up there? It was Fury and Maria Hill and Captain America and Black Widow and Falcon. I think they were all in the room.
I can't remember if she was in that room or not.
I am almost positive Maria Hill was there.
Huh. So yeah, she will find out, which, it seems funny.
We'll know for sure next week.
It seems like she's still kind of going for that loyalty more for Nick Fury than to Coulson.
No, I think that her loyalty is the same.
Yeah.
I don't think she was disloyal to Coulson at all. I think she was doing what she is supposed to do as a SHIELD agent, and she was first and foremost loyal to that job, not to Fury, but to what her role and job is. And that's why she said that to Coulson, too. Like, you would do the same thing because you have that same thing inside of you. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking about alien blood.
Well, I don't know. I think they're using her as that worst case scenario right now of the officer that just follows orders.
Right.
And, it really doesn't put her in a great light. Even at best, she's still a lackey following orders where Coulson's
Yeah, but I don't know if she is now.
Well, she's still kind of finding out, but she's really circumventing and going straight to Fury instead of doing it with the team. So to me, that's just, she isn't
you're
and never will be.
She's going and being a lackey there, but I think this might be her personal version of what we're seeing happen to the team. She is now questioning, and she's going to go find out what she can. She's going to seek the truth. So she's basically rogue right now.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where they're going to go with that. Oh, what about speaking of going rogue? Coulson put Marcus in the fridge to rehabilitate him. They experimented on him and made him stronger.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up.
What is that all about?
Okay, so you know what I was thinking is, it's all of a sudden I started thinking, is SHIELD operating like Oscorp in the Spider-Man universe, where they are enhancing these guys, trying to extract the most they can out of them? Are they building these villains, which they don't call them villains, but are they taking guys like him and enhancing them so that in case the superheroes rebel, that they're ready? Almost like an X-Men, down with the mutants type thing.
Well, I don't know that that's going to happen when you've really pissed off all these guys.
Yeah, but
they come out of there hating SHIELD more than anything else.
Are they thinking these might be the supers that we can use to attack the heroes? And they didn't bank on the fact that these guys had come out hating SHIELD.
I don't think you could really lock somebody up and experiment on them and expect them to be your friend. I think that's ridiculous.
Really? I better go get my keys. I've got to go take care of something.
So,
okay, I got to read you this Facebook post because we got a really good one this week. This is from one of our listeners, Charlie Esser.
All right.
And it's long, so I may not read the whole thing. We'll see how far we get. But it says, "Hey guys, really enjoy your podcasts." Of course, we want to read that part. Just wanted to add thoughts into your brain to think about as we approach the end of the season. This is where it gets interesting. Do you think Simmons might be Hydra?
No.
Okay, now listen to that was my first reaction, but listen to what he says. "Recent odd choices of words have bothered me. First, her statement to Triplet in Turn, that she is getting better at lying and telling Fitz that things have already changed in Providence." You know what? She did say that.
She did.
And that is an interesting thought. I don't think she is, but could she be something else? Could something else be going on? I don't know. Then it says, "Is it possible, after all, that Hydra moles don't always know who the other Hydra moles are? And she does like to follow rules. So an authoritarian organization like Hydra might just be up her alley." Valid point.
It is a valid point when you kind of take those things out of context. But within the context, she was having to face down, the Hydra agents, Agent Hand, doing the little kind of switcheroo on them. Their life was turned upside down. And when she said she was getting better at lying all the time, was really in reference to their world being turned upside down.
I agree. Listen to what he says here, though.
Okay.
This addresses what you just said. "You will note that it was Triplet who rejected the Hydra offer in the conference room with Victoria, not Simmons." He's right. It was Triplet that did it. I thought that when we saw it. Simmons clammed up, whereas Fitz was forthright in his rejection of the offer from Garrett. I did notice that.
Yeah, and this show, their foreshadowing is a little less than subtle.
Right.
Finally, we went through how many episodes saying, really, just quit saying that there is no such thing as a real clairvoyant.
Yeah, right.
that was telling us the entire time that the clairvoyant wasn't a superhero. It was another agent, and we just, they didn't give us enough information to pick up on that. So
so Charlie might have some ideas here that are valid. At this point, we're given information that's making us believe something else, but maybe, Charlie, I don't think you're nuts here.
I don't think he's nuts,
So
but I don't really think it's really on base.
Charlie's going to play that for everybody now. Look, these guys don't think I'm nuts. It's like Homer with the pink shirt. Remember when he had the pink shirt and
right?
They gave him the thing not crazy, and he's like, they go, well, somebody here is crazy, not me.
Yeah, we'll send him a free pink shirt. All we need is an address and a source of income.
Well, you might have that, not me.
Well, I do have my military retirement, so there's always some money coming in.
Right.
Trickling a few dollars at a time from the industrial complex.
All right.
But
okay, wait, there's more.
Okay.
I'm almost done. I told you it's a long one. It says, finally, they've repeatedly said that Hydra, I can hardly read. I'm getting so tired, and I'm sitting a mile from my computer. That Hydra infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. by being our friends. And with the exception of May and Coulson, the only person who was anyone's friend or has tried to be anyone's friend at S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy was to befriend Fritz. I missed something in there. But the only person that she befriended was Fritz.
Fitz.
Okay? Fitz.
Fritz.
Something. He says it's something to think about. I wish I could read.
This is the end of your voiceover career.
Johnny can't read. So there you go. It keeps going on, but obviously I'm having trouble reading because I'm getting tired and I'm sitting too far from the screen. But there you go. You know what, Charlie? I don't think you're nuts here. I think you might have something, and I really don't want it to be because I love Simmons, and it'll break my heart if she's Hydra. But maybe she's not Hydra. Maybe she's something else.
That could be. What was that? That technology based. It was kind of an offshoot of S.H.I.E.L.D. We talked
Centipede?
about not Centipede.
Sword.
Sword.
Oh yeah, maybe she is working with Sword, which hasn't really come to fruition yet.
Right, because that really isn't like I don't want to say a competing. Aren't they kind of almost within that same system?
Yeah, Sword.
Woo! Sword and Fritz.
Sword and S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, yeah, so they are. They can be at odds, but they are of the same. And actually, after what has happened with S.H.I.E.L.D. getting taken down like this, my guess is that's when we will see Sword rise, because they need to be more aggressive and more technology-based in order to beat Hydra.
Right. And they will feel much more the need to be self-policing, and they will be kind of that...
Right, which will make Sword happen, right.
Right. That'll be almost like their internal affairs division, and it will give us somebody to hate, of course, within the system rather than what we're supposed to be chasing after, because you do realize that we're still chasing more people from agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than we are chasing bad guys.
Right.
There's still that. We really got to get past the internal strife here, I think, but it really has made for some epic shows. But to get back to our poster, I think he's off on the Hydra bit. I think some of those things are in a context, but this little show is not subtle in hints, and they don't do these little things by accident.
Right. And
so I do believe he has kind of stumbled on something very significant. I don't think it's going to be Hydra. My guess, it's going to be something like Sword, but they are saving some weird past for her. She is really just kind of too shy and timid right now to be kind of believable in that role. Fitz and Simmons really came to light when they got back to the academy and said, okay, this is where these two belong in an academic setting. This is where they really shine, the technology, the medical technology. And, we're going to find out she has an inside track on something else. And I think he's come up with a brilliant suggestion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Whew, finally.
And then
I think that did it.
And next week we get to see Deathlock again.
Yeah, we do.
So.
Oh yeah. No, I think next week's going to be awesome. We're coming up into the end here, and I can't wait to see what the cliffhanger is too.
I hope it has something to do with Smolder because she's kind of cute.
With Smolder, you mean Kobe Smulders?
Yeah.
Smolder. What is wrong with us? This was the worst. I would say I'm apologizing in advance, but it's the end of the show.
Well, there you go. Hey, man, I had a good time, and that's really all that counts.
Me too. It was a good time, and I think we actually put forward a few good theories. Level 7, the podcast that we did, one of the podcasts we did the roundtable with, they tweeted out some of our quotes this week from our last show. Guys, you might have a couple of good quotes you can pull from this one. I'm hoping, because I think we had some good quotes. I think we had a good time.
Fritz.
Fritz.
That'll be a good quote.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been the Nuff Said podcast. You can find our past episodes at our website, which is www, like you didn't know that, right? SouthgateMediaGroup.com. And it's got Nuff Said on there, all 23 other episodes on there, plus all of our other shows. We just added a new one today. We got Endless Wonder, which is a Warehouse 13 podcast. Only 6 episodes in that last season for that show. So we'll just have 6 episodes and maybe a little more. But it's really good, man. I listened to it today when I was editing, and it was just really fun. So there's just lots of fun stuff to listen to on there. And we might as well start pimping the summer, because when everything goes on hiatus, we still are here, still doing stuff. There'll be more Input Junkie coming from Jack, Martha, and I. And Kathy will join us on some of those also. And we have a fun movie podcast coming up. It's going to be fun. Jack, you're going to want to get on it. It's going to have rotating people. Basically, we are taking, I don't want to say too much, but it's going to involve live commentary of certain movies. That's all I'm saying. Enough said, right?
Enough said.
All right. So that wasn't the end of the show. So you can follow me on Twitter at @RSouthgate. You can follow this podcast on Twitter at Enough Said Podcast. And you can also follow Jack at
Jwengroski.
Want to spell that out? Because nobody can spell that one.
Oh, it's just like it sounds. JWENGROSKY.
No sevens, Q's, anything like that, and there are no ampersands. It's a straight up letters, right?
Correct. And okay. I think you just wanted to use the word ampersand.
I did. Well, I wanted to show that I could still speak after this atrocious display I put on tonight.
I think you had a mild. I think you had a mild stroke there.
I think I did. Oh, I need more coffee. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much. Let's wrap this thing up. For the Nuff Said podcast, I am the round mound of Rob Southgate.
I am joyous Jack Wendrowski, and I'm going to leave you with a last-minute Star Wars quote.
Okay.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
Nuff said.
Nuff said.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.